Welcome to Slayer Only, the series where I'm gonna try and beat every Slayer boss using only weapons, armor, and pets related to Slayer. No dragon pets, crimson armor, Hyperion, or any of that fancy stuff. We're sticking to only Slayer gear. I'll dive into the specific rules later on, but for now, hope you enjoy and welcome to Slayer Only Skyblock. You know, if we forget about the hardcore stranded video that I made for an April Fool's joke, this is the first new profile and I guess new series I've made in over 3 years. So that's pretty exciting. I guess our profile is going to be Pineapple this time around. And hey, we're here. Let's go ahead and /hub and get things started. There is kind of a lot to talk about today mainly. So I think my goal is to probably get through the first, I'm already getting gifts. You know, we're taking these. First, second of the profile and I guess that's fine. So yeah, anyways, there's lots to talk about today. I think my goal for this episode is to get through the first Rev boss, maybe the second one, we'll see. I don't really know how much work it's going to be to do this, but yeah. Anyway, welcome to the Slayer Only profile challenge. Of course, our goal is to beat every single Slayer, except Vampire Slayer, because that's in the rift, using only Slayer weapons, armor, and equipment and pets. So that's going to be all 5 tiers of Rev and Spider, the 4 tiers of Sven, Void Gloom, and the 4 tiers of Blaze. Now, I've kind of mostly thought this through. I have a bunch of rules in my head. I guess we'll talk about them today. But I guess first off, I was worried that we were going to have a combat level requirement to start Slayer quests. But we don't, so that's good. I have 10,000 coins from those gifts, so I'm just going to go ahead and throw those in the bank. I think I'm going to need, what, like 150 or so maybe to spend on different things. But yeah, so the rules for this kind of challenge are the only weapons, armor, pets, and equipment, I believe those are what I'm going to stick to, have to come from Slayers or the mobs we kill to spawn Slayer quests. So like, you know, the wolves in the castle, the zombies and crypt ghouls, endermen, all that. However, obviously, we don't start with a weapon, like at all. We literally just don't start with a weapon. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try once to see if it's even remotely possible to kill tier 1 and tier 2 revs with my hand, but I'm pretty sure I deal 1 damage, so that's probably a bad idea. But yeah, the restrictions, I'm going to have them... I'm getting so many new. I'm going to turn this down for you guys. My goodness. I'm going to keep those item restrictions throughout the entire profile, but I am like allowed to do other things in Skyblock. Like I'm allowed to farm and mine and open gifts and all of that. The whole point of this is really to focus on the Slayers themselves. That's the main goal of this profile, is to fight Slayers with the Slayer gear. So that's really what we're going to be focusing on here. So hopefully this guy doesn't steal my zombie. I think he's being nice and not stealing my zombie, so thank you, that is appreciated. Oh man, I have to kill a lot of these things. So yeah, I guess let's go ahead and spawn a tier 1 real quick and see if I can kill this with my bare hands. Would you look at that? It's fire sale time. Haven't done one of these in a while. If you want to pick up the brand new Spectre Mythic Cosmetic skin for the Reaper mask, it has 18 different modes and it won't be flickering like this. It's just loading in the new textures. Whoa, some of these are wild. Look at that. If you want to pick up this new skin, be sure to use someone's creator code on the Hypixel store when you get those gems. If you want to support me and my channel, my code is TOAD, T-O-A-D, just like my name. You get a 5% discount and it helps the series out a massive, massive amount. But yeah, let me just flip through the rest of these. Ooh, that one might be my favorite, actually. That one's pretty good. That one's really good, too. I might need to scoop this up on my Iron Man, or heck, maybe even on this profile. But yeah, code TOAD helps for the series, and yeah. Alright, I'm now 1 kill away from being able to spawn our boss. I'm trying to find a good place to spawn this thing. I'm thinking probably right up here. So if I tag this guy and have him walk over to me, is he gonna aggro? Yeah, he will, okay. Actually, there's too many stairs. You know what? We'll just fight him normally this time. I do kind of want to only have the 1 zombie here, though, because I don't have much health. So let's go ahead and see. Let's just see, you know, if I'm able to do this. This guy has 500 health. My goodness. He does 4 damage, which isn't a lot. But I need to take this guy somewhere else where there aren't any zombies. Okay, he does more than 4 damage. He does a lot more than 4 damage. Okay, let's go around here. He's smart. He's smart. He's not that smart, though. Can I damage him? Not quite. Come on, man. Dang it. I need a place to stand that's like 3 blocks tall. How's this? Is he? Okay, okay, okay. Nope, 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 nope. Please, 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 please. Mr. Zombie, Mr. Zombie, Mr. Zombie, Mr. Zombie. No, 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 please. Are we good? What about here? Are you smart enough to... Okay. Well, obviously that's not very realistic. So, my backup plan for this series was to find the most realistic starter weapon we could. And I think I have a pretty good idea of what I want to use here. Because otherwise this would just be awful to watch, and I don't want to subject you guys to watching the most boring early game video you've ever seen. So, the weaponsmith sells a sword, the Undead sword. It's basically like the lowest tier zombie type sword you could ever have. And this is the only non-Slayer item I'm going to be using just to start us. So this is like even remotely possible because our first weapon is, I believe this one right here, the Revenant Falchion. Yeah, it's actually an upgrade to the zombie sword. So if there's any other justification, the Undead sword turns into the Revenant Falchion. So we'll go ahead and use this here. And we need to get to Zombie Slayer 3 using just the Undead sword and probably no armor. I'm going to try to do this without armor, just because I think that would be, the most true way to do this series. So we'll do that. The problem that I'm noticing right now is I don't have Auto Slayer, and I'm not going to have Auto Slayer for a very long time. To unlock it, you have to get level 6 in every single of the first 3 Slayers, which is a little brutal. And it's 1,000 coins per quest. Oh my goodness, we might need to side quest to find some way to get money. But yeah, something I know people are going to have questions about is what pets are allowed. Any pets that I can get that are dropped by enemies I use to commonly spawn Slayer quests. So like, Ghoul pet will be allowed, Hound pet will be fine, Enderman pet will be fine. Those are the ones I can only think of right now. I'm undecided if I'm going to allow Wolf pet. I guess let me know in the comments if you guys think I should allow Wolf pet, because it is like the, the main Slayer pet people use. Just because it gives more combat XP wherever the... Okay, I'm gonna die if I don't focus. But I think they changed a lot of... Oh, shoot, wait, the boss is already here. No. I'm dead. That was a waste of 1,000 coins. I shouldn't have spawned it yet, I had no health. But yeah, a lot of the pets that we have had useless in the past, like Hound, have gotten changes and are good now. They give combat XP, they give stuff, so I'm interested to try those pets out. I don't know when I should let myself use them. I think dropping them naturally Iron Man style would be a little bit ridiculous for the series, because I don't want this to be like 100 episodes, I want this to be a relatively short and sweet series for you guys. I think the first episode will probably be the slowest of them because, well, we're literally punching zombies to death with the most basic of swords. I forgot to start my Slayer quest. Hey, combat level 5, let's go. Unfortunately, combat 5 does not get us auto pickup. I thought it did, but I guess it doesn't. Alright, we're getting a little bit close to spawning our Slayer boss here, so I want to make sure I'm not super low when it happens. I'm getting 7 XP per now? So I can kill one more? Yeah. Okay, now I should run away and get to full health. Wow, you are following me to the absolute ends of the earth? You are not supposed to be over here. Alright, we're 10 minutes in and I'm only on my first boss. I promise this will speed up as time goes on. Let's go ahead and kill this guy right here and run away so we can lure all the zombies, and let's see if we can actually take this guy now. I'm worried I don't have enough health to do this. Oh, we got him. Okay, we actually did enough damage, so yep, this will work. That gave us how much XP? I don't actually know. Oh, do we have to claim the quest to get our XP? That gives us 5 XP, right? 6. We get 6 XP, which is really sad, but we do unlock Revenant 2. Okay, so you have to kill 2 more bosses to unlock Zombie level 2, which will give us not really anything. Ooh, I do get the Wand of Healing, though. That might be pretty nice. Yeah, we don't really have any armor yet, which is the big problem I'm running into, armor and health. So you know what, let me just grind a Zombie 2 real quick, alright? Now that we've killed something, I can seriously start speeding up some progress. So let's do our first grind. And not more than a minute or so later, we have our Zombie Slayer level 2, getting ourselves some brand new gear. I think I've realized that I need more health in order to take on the next boss, and I was thinking what I could use as more of like a reliable way to get money outside of getting profits from Slayers, and the farming skill gives base health, and I bet we could get to farming 25 or 30 pretty effortlessly And farming itself, you know, it's relaxing. I just enjoy early farming in Skyblock. I'm not going to show very much of the farm progression at all because that's not what the series is about. But I did figure I'd let you guys know that I think I'm going to choose farming as my main way of getting money just for that extra health. Especially early on, this is going to be very useful. So yeah, I think right now what my main goal is just to do a couple more tier 1s. Actually, we should check how many tier 1s I need to do to get to level 3, because once we get to level 3, we can get that new sword, which should hopefully start speeding up our progression quite a bit. So let me take a look here. We need to do... Ooh, that's not easy, but that's realistic via tier 1s. We'll see. But yeah, ooh, getting the crystallized heart. That's actually a helmet we could wear, I'm pretty sure. So we definitely want to get to tier 3. So yeah, I think I'll probably start some farming progression in the background here, and I'm just gonna do a crap ton of tier 1s until we get to zombie 3. There's no reason to show any of this, so I'll see you guys in a little bit. Hey, Combat 7. We should finally have access to the Bazaar now. That took quite a while to do. But, there we go. You need Skyblock. They changed it. Wait. I thought it was... Oh, no. I thought it was combat mining and farming level 7, but they changed it to Skyblock level 7 probably years ago, and I didn't know because I haven't made a profile in years. Garden is also Skyblock level 5, which we are a ways off from, so I need to get Skyblock XP somehow. Alright, since we need Skyblock XP, apparently the bingo strat is to do Melody's Harp, because apparently they made it easier to finish the Harp. I never had a problem beating the Harp in the first place, but hey, if it's easier, then this is just going to be even easier. So I'm just going to run through these songs until I'm, you know, Skyblock level 7. I don't really care about this armor, to be honest. But yeah, let's go ahead and open the Harp, if it lets me. There we go. Yeah, you see, we get a bunch of Skyblock XP for finishing the songs, so there we go. I should just be able to do this. Okay, that should be 100%. Yep, cool. So we just get XP from that, and we only need to get 90% to actually beat all of these, it looks like. So I'm gonna speedrun this. No problem for us at all. Got almost all of them perfect. And Melody's hair, which is an accessory. We also have the Campfire Initiate badge as another accessory, but we can't hold them until we actually get an accessory bag yet. But regardless, this should open up the, yep, over there. I have to actually bridge over there. My goodness, what is this? And we have access to the garden. And again, you guys aren't really here for garden stuff. I'm just gonna do gardening. I'll get a bunch of money in Skyblock XP, and we'll be able to gear up properly for our tier 2 rev in a little bit. So I guess I'll go to the garden and I'll see you guys whenever I'm done doing this. Figured I may as well unlock the accessory bag right now. So there we go. That should... How is that not 100? What? One more. There we go. Oh, never mind. That was tier 1. Well, either way, I need that tier anyways, because I think I'm going to set up some redstone minions. This way we are getting the accessory bag collection stuff done over time, because I think that's really the only minion we're going to care about on this profile, because, well, as we go on, we're going to need as many accessories as possible, because this challenge may get really difficult later on. We're going to want to spare no expense at all. So yeah, I think I'm just going to go ahead and get some redstone minions set up. That way, ooh, let's not die with our money on us. Don't have that cookie buff quite yet. Oh yeah, I'm going to set some redstone minions up so we can get this accessory bag upgraded a lot. Oh, no, no, no. And there goes half my money because a pigman spawned on me. Awesome. Little progress update. We got some enchants on our sword here. We can take this guy out in probably just 1 or 2 hits. Yeah, I guess 3 hits right there. So these are a little bit easier to kill now, that's for sure. I'm probably able to move to crypt ghouls soon, although it's a bit of a far walk to get back if I go get crypt ghouls. But yeah, I forgot they let you put sharpness and smite on the same weapon now, which is, you know, pretty useful for this situation, so we will gladly take it. I have like 30 more of these tier 1s to do before we can unlock some, you know, actual gear that is more interesting. So I'm just gonna keep at it, and I'll let you know when I'm done. The last one before Rev 3. Alright, let's go ahead and get this guy down. There we go. At long last, man. It wasn't even like that many. It just felt slow because, well, my movement speed is literally 100. This would be so much better if I had a god potion, but I'm not gonna have one of those for a little bit. But there we go. We can go ahead and claim our Rev 3 items and check out what we get for Rev 4. So we get the armor. Although I'm seeing leggings and boots here, and then the crystallized heart, I believe, can be worn as a helmet. So we don't have a chest plate, which is odd. I don't know if we get a chest plate for a while. Well, either way, we now have access to the Revenant Falchion, the Wand of Mending Crystallized Heart. I'm going to want to get all 3 of these and especially upgrade this Revenant Falchion a lot and the Crystallized Heart a lot. So I need coins right now, and I think it's probably a good time for me to start work on the garden, kind of off camera. I did see we just got Skyblock level 7, which means we finally have access to the Bazaar, and I can start making some decent amount of coins off of random things. So, to the garden, and I'll come back with a hopefully decent amount of coins. No, this is deserving of a video clip. I made this crystallized heart to flip it on the auction house for like 200,000 coins, and one of you guys into a chat, I don't know who it is, bought every single crystallized heart. And now I don't know what to properly list it for. Okay, what about the Rev Sword? What is this? Someone bought all the Revenant Swords! Not only did they buy all of the... No. Not only did they buy all the crystallized hearts, but they bought the sword you make the crystallized hearts out of 2, and now there's only 4. There were like 100. Because this thing is not 5 million coins. This thing is about 800k. Maybe 900k. No! What do I do with this now? Oh my goodness, I literally don't know what to do with it now. Alright, one fairly productive Twitch stream later, we should have the coins and stuff that I need to make some progress and get this tier 2 Rev slain so I can finally get a cookie buff. So I actually went and purchased 2 zombie hearts right at the end of my stream because there were some weird things going on with the prices in the auction house. I think someone was messing with my stream trying to buy the things I was interested in, all that. It was interesting. But nonetheless, we need to turn these into 2 crystallized hearts. So I'm going to need 256 enchanted diamonds, just making sure I haven't purchased them already. There we go, about 350,000 coins, not too bad. And we're going to turn these into, actually, I think I need double the amount of diamonds I just said, into 2 crystallized hearts. While I'm in the bazaar, I'm also going to grab a catalyst, a revenant, what is it called? Okay, I'll just buy the undead catalyst like this. It's only 2,400 coins. But let's go ahead and make that second crystallized heart right here, and then combine the undead sword with the crystallized heart and the undead catalyst, I think the catalyst goes in the middle, to make the Revenant Falchion, our first actual, like, sword here. So let's go ahead and drop that in there, and we're going to want to probably do some things to make it a little bit stronger. I'm not too sure. I'm probably not quite ready to put, like, a real good reforge on it or anything, or recombobulate it, anything like that. I just want to see what I should probably get here. I'm thinking I probably might want attack speed. Ooh, wait, sharp looks pretty good though. I don't remember what's like the best thing. I also want to reforge our crystallized heart. Probably for health, honestly? I might go with Titanic, just to get some kind of health and defense, because I don't have any yet. So let's go ahead and get Titanic on this, if it ever lets me. There we go, 20 health and defense. I guess it's not great, but it is something. You know, it doubles our defense, so maybe we'll survive an extra hit. Oh, and I need to get a wand of, I think it's Wand of Mending. So let's go lowest bid here, and it is just about 300,000 coins. That's what it was yesterday. And this takes 100 mana and heals us 90 health for 7 seconds. That is going to be extremely valuable for doing this. Let's go ahead and put all of our money away here. I'll grab 5k so I can go ahead and start this quest. I am still worried about being one-shot. In all honesty, I might get one shot. I'm a little concerned. But apart from enchants and... oh, I should enchant this actually before I do the quest. Kind of forgot about that. Oh, great. That's 7,000 coins anyways. All right, well, let's go buy a couple XP bottles and enchant this with growth and protection. 50 levels for growth. My goodness. I guess I need a couple grand XP bottles. Hopefully 3 is enough. Let's make sure no one steals this. And yeah, 3 was enough. Oh, great, but I just unlocked the Giant Killer enchantment, so now I need to get that as well. You know what? We'll just take out 50k and just buy a bunch of grands. Oh, and we just unlocked critical. We keep unlocking enchantments. I need 3 more of these, and let's put critical on this. There we go. I don't have any more enchantments I could unlock now, so that is fine. This seems to be where we're at. So we've got ourselves a 1-player lobby, so no one can one-shot my boss. And let's start our first tier 2 rev. Hopefully I'm doing at least 2,000 damage. That is my goal right now. I don't really know how this is gonna go, but I guess we'll find out. So what is our damage? 970. Ooh. We do 2,000 on a crit. Okay, so we will like 10 to 15 shot the boss depending on critical luck. We seem to do about 1,500 a hit on average because we have 50 crit chance. So I guess let's go down here and farm these guys for the XP because these guys give a lot more than the regular zombies do. Okay, they still do a stupid amount of damage. So we just don't want to get hit by these at all costs. That's unfortunate. I don't really have the XP. So we're probably going to want to fight this guy on the surface still. That's what I'm getting from this. And I'm definitely going to want to get a little bit more regular damage on this just because I'd rather 2-shot them if I don't get critical hits than 3-shot them. But we definitely have the damage to do tier 2s. The only question is, can we kill it before it kills us? Alright, 2 more kills should do it, so let's find a good spot to fight this guy in. I'm thinking just somewhere that doesn't really have any zombies. All of these places seem to have a bunch of zombies everywhere. Maybe right here. So let's kill this guy, and we're 1 away. Let's kill this guy. Alright, here we go. Oh, it didn't spawn yet. I don't know how much more XP we need. I need to turn the thing to mob kills rather than XP. So literally any of these could spawn it. I'm going to assume it's at 1450. So 1 or 2 more. There it is. All right, let's use this and do this. I'm not taking damage. I'm not taking damage. That's good. That's a great sign. We seem to be able to tank this guy. I think we're good. I think we're good. Yep, we're good. All right. Shoutouts to the crystallized heart giving us that. A lot of stats. Honestly, this gives a good amount of stats, so... Yay. We are not soft locked yet. So let's go ahead and make our way back to Maddox and see what that does for us. It doesn't really do a whole lot, but like in terms of, you know, what steps we need to take next. All right, so these bosses are 25 XP each, and to get to Rev level 4, we need to do how many bosses? Like another 30 or so. That's not terrible. Honestly, that's not too bad, especially once we get our God Pot. So tier 2s don't really drop anything for us. I guess we can get Foul Flesh, which will be nice for making back some money we're spending on quests. But yeah, we don't really get anything at all. Like, this is it until Zombie 4, and then we get some better armor. So yeah. However, what this does mean, as I said before, I'm going to allow myself to buy cookies, whether it's with coins or gems, whatever I feel like. I just have to eat the cookie. I can't sell it for a billion coins or whatever. So, seeing that I have some leftover gems from a fire sale earlier, we're gonna get our first cookie. And yeah, that means I have to play the game a lot for the next 4 days, but that's good because I don't plan to upload this for another week because I don't want to rush this. So let's go ahead and buy our first cookie right here and chow it down. 9,984 bits. Thank you, Iron Man Profile, for getting us a fame, the fame rank that like carries over. Is that how it works? Yeah, my fame rank is absurdly high because YouTube moment. And it carries over between profiles, so we get a ton of bits from this cookie, and it lasts 4 days. So once I get enough bits for 1,500, I'm gonna buy a God Potion, and we'll use it, and we'll be super fast. It only lasts 12 hours, though, which kind of sucks and means I really shouldn't be doing much AFK stuff on this profile, because, yeah, it turns out God Potions are, like, over 1 million coins now. Back in my day, they were 400k, and I'm like, okay, 400k is not too bad. No, I'm not spending 1 million coins on a God Potion. Absolutely not. But yeah, I guess for now, I kind of just have to grind 30 tier 2s to get to Rev or Zombie Slayer 4 and get more money for stuff because we're probably going to have a hard time with tier 3s. Tier 2s weren't really a big step up. Tier 3s, if I remember correctly, are a pretty big leap, and I don't think this sword is going to cut it, even though it's going to have to. We're going to have to figure out what to do about that. So I was trying to figure out how much, like, a max level epic ghoul would cost, because I'm looking, oh, you know, an epic ghoul is 200,000 coins. I could buy that right now, no problem. There are no level 100 epic ghouls on the auction house, and the only level 100 legendaries are, like, 30 million. No idea what a level 200 or a level 100 epic would cost. So this seems terribly wrong, because level 58 is, like, a single glaciate com, and that is not worth 4.5 mil. So I was trying to figure out, like, you know, what a fair price would be if I tried to buy it off someone. Seems like 14 mil would be it, which, I'll be real, I can't afford 14 mil yet, so I think I'll pass on getting an epic ghoul. I could just borrow one from someone, but I don't know. I want to avoid doing that as much as I can on this profile, so we'll hold off on getting the pet unless I decide for some reason to buy a level 1. I mean, something else I could do is I could just say, you know, take whatever 10 minutes of glaciate comms is and 1 million coins, I don't know. It's too much ever to figure out, so I'm not going to really worry about the epic ghoul for now. It would just make spawning the boss, you know, 1.5 times easier, because that's definitely the slow part right now. So I guess I'll just go back to doing some garden progression if you were curious on where I'm at in this. I've got some farm armor, I've got an advanced gardening hoe, and that's basically it, and I'm just farming wheat. Nothing too interesting. This makes about 250,000 coins every time I run through it, and pests are being mean and haven't dropped anything cool yet. Wait, I just found a ghoul in the auction house for only 760,000 coins, and it's over level 50, which is pretty decent. So I think I'm just gonna go ahead and take this one. I can always resell it later because there's literally no other ghoul pet that's leveled on the auction house, but let me find this thing again. Yeah, this one right here, level 58. I think that's pretty good. It's 600,000 coins for level 58. That's not great, but like considering I can't level my own pet at this stage of a profile, I think it's quite alright to get this thing. So let's go ahead and buy this. Worst case, I'll resell it for the same price I paid. But let's go ahead and add that to our pet menu so we finally have a pet. Again, this is one of the few pets we can use because it is from the Slayer mobs we use to do the quests. So this thing gives us a little bit of health, a little bit of ferocity and intel. That doesn't really matter. The main thing we care about is that vitality for the extra healing, and of course the extra combat XP against zombies, making spawning these bosses faster. I think now that I just spent my money, I may want a little bit more for quests. I mean, I think I only need, what, like 300,000 for 30 quests. So you know what, maybe we don't actually need more money to do this. Instead, I'm probably going to go grab a god potion right now for the first time on this profile. So let's go ahead and scoop this thing up here and use it. And look at that. Look how fast we are. Now that is what I'm talking about. 337 speed is much more like it. Let's go quickly see if how much of a difference this god pot actually makes for our damage and the easiness of a quest. Look at that, we're doing 5,200 damage now. We can almost one-shot a crypt ghoul without a critical hit. That is absolutely awesome. And actually, we leveled up combat, so we'll do even more damage. Okay, that didn't really add any damage to us at all. But we are definitely getting close to being able to one-shot these crypt ghouls. I think I might want to try either getting 100 crit chance or getting enough damage to deal 2k to these crypt ghouls without a crit. Although I think getting 100 crit chance is probably going to be a little bit easier. So you know what? Let's go ahead and... Oh, shoot. I'm using the wrong gear. I can't be doing Slayer quests without my Slayer gear on. I'm glad I caught that. But let's reforge this stuff to try and get as much crit chance as we can. So Pure gives us 6. I'm pretty sure Pure gives us the most. So let's go ahead and reforge our sword to try and get... I don't know what gives us the most crit chance. Odd gives us 15. Sharp gives us 14. Odd may be the way to go. Okay, you know, we get way more stats when we have Sharp on this. So I think I'm going to stick with Sharp. So we need 24 more crit chance from somewhere, or 25 it looks like, which unfortunately it doesn't look like is possible at the moment. Oh wait, I forgot to put the helmet on. We're at 81 now. I can only get to 82 or 83, which isn't great, but you know what? This is what we're gonna have to do for now. Alright, so here's the boss, and yeah, this is very, very easy. Very, very easy. How much do these guys do? These guys still deal damage, but I don't think they're gonna be much of a threat anymore. So I think we're in pretty good shape to try and get to Rev 4 now. And then, I don't know. Rev 4 is probably going to be where we may get stuck for a while. So I'm gonna do these quests and I'll let you guys know when I'm done. So I just thought of a plan to get 100 crit chance once I'm Rev 4. Because I will unlock the legs and boots, which will give me 6 crit chance per, which will be 12 crit chance. We're at 83 right now. That'd put me at 95. And then at Zog, I could get the pet item that gives me 5 crit chance and throw it on my ghoul for now. And that would get me to 100. And actually, I might get a little bit more. Because if I search Revenant armor here, yeah, this is actually an epic armor piece, while this is only a rare. So I might not even need the pet item depending on if I do stuff with, like, I don't know, stat tunings or all of that stuff. So yeah, once I'm Rev 4, we can hopefully get to 100 crit chance. We are getting pretty close. If you want a little update on where we're at, I think I'm only 9 bosses away, so really shouldn't be more than like a good 15-20 minutes, although I may save that for tomorrow. We'll see. Yeah, I think we only need to do 9 more bosses to get there. So let's wrap this up. And our last boss right there is done. That should be Rev Slayer or Zombie Slayer level 4. I guess now we're gonna need a lot of money. That's probably just how this is gonna be. Let's go ahead and collect our rewards here. We get access to a bunch of stuff. We get the 2 of the 3 pieces of Revenant armor. We still need the chest plate, but that unlocks, I believe, at Zombie 5. And we get the travel scroll recipe, which is going to be very useful because I don't have the Maddox Batphone quite yet. I think we need to get tier 2 or tier 3 Spider and Sven, not tier 3, but like level 3. I think it's really level 3 Sven that you need for it, so there's that. Coming up next, eventually, we're gonna have the Revenant chestplate and the Voodoo doll. I don't know if the Voodoo doll is any good, at least for what we're doing, but yeah. Also, we get Smite 6 now, which is good. Gonna go ahead and slap that on my sword at some point. But yeah, let's take a look here at the armor because we're gonna want Revenant legs and boots. So let's take a look at the auction house and see, I have the cookie buff. I can just do this. If I just search Revenant and look at this, oh, there isn't much on the auction house right now. Looks like we've got one for 700,000 coins. All of these are blank pieces. There's no boots. So let's see what the raw craft materials are going to be. We need 3 Revenant Viscera, 5 Revenant Viscera, and 2 stacks of diamonds. So let's see what that's going to run us. That doesn't seem too expensive. 5 Viscera is... okay, yeah, this is definitely how we want to do this. We need this, and we need 128 enchanted diamonds, which I should be able to afford. Unfortunately, we're going to have to level the ability ourselves because there isn't really any on the auction house we can do. But let's go ahead and make the Revenant leggings and the Revenant boots right now, just like that. And I want to enchant these, or not enchant these, but reforge these to pure to match our helmet here. So let's go ahead and do that. Hopefully I have the money to get these pure. There's the leggings. How much does this give? This gives 8 crit chance. Okay. Hopefully this piece is also kind to us. There we go. Not too bad. And this brings our crit chance up to... would you look at that? 100. Hey, I'm curious. 100.14. Look at that. That is perfect. That means we can use a different pet item entirely. So that should be a huge help for our stats. Obviously, I need to enchant these. And it may be time to start looking at getting a hot potato box on our gear now because, well, we're using this for like the rest of Zombie Slayer and probably for early on Spider and Sven. I don't see really any reason to not use this armor set until like Tarantula armor. So yeah, unfortunately I only have 200,000 coins, so I think it's time to take a little break from the Slayer and for me to go back and do some more gardening and get some more money. So I'll go do that. Maybe I'll do another stream, we'll see. You know what? I have a tier 3 queued up here because I was looking at the stats on the wiki and comparing it with tier 2 boss and the crypt ghouls right here that damage me. I might be able to straight up out-heal the boss with the Wand of Mending. And as long as I can kill it in a respectable time, which 6,000 damage a hit, 400,000 health, I think that's fine. Oh, I forgot about you. Okay, this is the thing we're doing. Let's just see how this goes. So if I use this, I may have to focus a little bit and kind of click a little fast here. But let's just see how this goes, if I'm able to kill this guy or not. I'm unfortunately taking a decent amount of knockback, but that's just going to be part of this. So as long as I keep my Wand of Atonement up, we might just be okay. I just have to make sure I can kill him before he does that enrage thing, because yeah, look at this. He's really not damaging me, and I haven't done much to my build yet. So let's just keep this Wand of Mending healing us, get this guy going. Obviously, I'm going to want to do more damage to this guy before we really grind him, but I just want to see if I'm able to kill one, and it looks like we very much can. I really hope he doesn't enrage soon. He has 38,000 health left. Come on. Come on. Oh, he enraged? Okay, he's dead. We got him. Look at that. A tier 3 rev is done. I didn't even enchant my armor. I didn't enchant my armor, no hot potato books, nothing. And he's just done. Well, we have to do 40 of those, so I guess now we have to do 39 of them in order to get tier 5 and get the chest plate and stuff, which I think I want to do before I get to the other Slayers. I think I'm going to... yeah. So what I'm going to do is I want to get tier 5 zombie and get that chest plate, and then I'm going to move on to a little bit of Tarantula and Sven, mainly just to unlock the Maddox Batphone because I really, really need that thing right now. And then we'll come back to Rev and finish this up. I don't know, I want to do like kind of a balance between these three so I'm not just, you know, totally overpowered with like an Axe of the Shredded for tier 1 and 2 and 3 spiders. I think that might be a little boring. So yeah, we'll get to tier 5 here and then we'll stop. But I think I definitely want to increase my damage a little bit first so every boss isn't super sweaty like that. All right, we have a good amount of money, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and put some potato books on this sword. Potato books are probably in what, dungeons? No, I think they're in modifiers. Yeah. Let's grab 10 of these, just like that. And unfortunately, I don't have the hex unlocked. You need Museum 8, so we gotta do it the old-fashioned way. If I was smart, I would have done a damage test before and after this, but oh well. We did not. There we go. Looking nice. Good stuff. Am I missing anything important from this? I don't know. Let's check the enchantment table real quick while I'm still doing this upgrade clip. First strike is probably pretty important. 75 levels, maybe not. Anything else that actually gives damage? Just fire aspect, but I don't know if I want to catch the mob on fire or not. 3% damage is not bad. You know, we'll do it. We'll get fire aspect. Splash. We'll go for fire aspect. First strike is only going to save us, like, what, 1 hit? So I'm not super concerned about that. But let's go see what our damage is now. I'll turn these shaders off for you guys. No reason to be using shaders right now. I was using them for farming earlier, but let's see. What is this damage going to be? This is the wrong armor. 7.7, 8.2. So I think 7.7 is right, because on Crypt Ghouls, they have the same defense stuff as the zombies. So 7.7 is not too bad. 7.8. I want to do a little bit more, though. I don't really know what I can do besides magical power, though, so we're gonna have to figure that out. I didn't share my armor, so that's all good. Not really much I can do right now. I don't know. I guess really it's time for some magical power. Little post-stream update for you guys. I put a couple more things on my Revenant Falchion. We just got some better enchants on it, basically. That's it. I don't think I did really anything else. And we are halfway to zombie level 5, which is good. So I'm gonna keep at this. I already have an active Slayer quest going. And I'll see you when I'm zombie 5. And here's the last tier 3 we have to do. He seems to be stuck on that wall for some reason. Don't really know what's going on with him. Let's drag him over here. This is a nice spot I found to fight him. I'll probably fight tier 4 in this same area as well, just because I can go back and forth between these two areas without him doing that super crit attack flinging me across the map, and without really taking any knockback and not needing to buy shell-wise attributes to gain knockback immunity yet. But there we go. That is the last tier 3 zombie, and actually last zombie we will be fighting for a decent while here. Not super long, because I am going to do this Slayer kind of first. However, let's go ahead and claim all of these. How do I claim the click to collect? There we go. Oh, there we go. We have those done. It gave us a Revenant minion, which is pretty nice. I don't think I'm going to use that guy, but that's fine. Let's sell all of this stuff. I ended up getting a little bit more money than I started with, so I ended up profiting of those tier 3s, which is pretty nice. But yeah, we just unlocked the Revenant chestplate, which I do want to get. However, before we do more Rev Slayer, there is an item I am desperately missing, and it is called the Maddox Batphone. I forgot I'm Hatsune Miku. I was nicked playing Bed Wars earlier, that's why. But yeah, the Maddox Batphone requires Wolf Slayer level 3, which means we have to not only do Spider Slayer up until we unlock Wolf Slayer, we need to do Wolf Slayer for level 3, so that's going to be our next project. However, I think I'm going to go ahead and call this episode here because it's gone on long enough. I think this is enough progress for episode 1. If you think that, like, this is a good amount of pace, like the speed that I'm doing this series, let me know. I'm going to try and make the series weekly every, whenever I upload this every week. Just to give you guys some stuff to watch while we're waiting for more updates, and then I'll go back to doing Iron Man stuff as they release updates. So yeah, leave a like if you enjoyed the start of this new series. Comment down below if you have any suggestions to make this kind of go smoother, if you think I should allow or disallow different items that I may or may not be using currently. Yeah, just let me know feedback on the series, and I'll probably start recording episode 2 right after this clip, so, anything you say may not make it until, like, midway through episode 2, but I'll be sure to read all the comments and respond to some. So yeah, that's it for today. Thank you all for watching. Be sure to use code TOAD again on the Hypixel store if there's any fire sales, ranks, all that stuff. It's the best way to support my channel. You get a 5% discount when you use creator code on the Hypixel store. So just drop code TOAD, T-O-A-D, just like my name, into that support creator box. It really does help out the series a lot. And I guess I'm gonna go do some Spider and Wolf Slayer. So I'll see y'all next time. Take care.